third hearing of substitute Senate Bill 56 to revise medical and adult use marijuana laws sponsored by Senator Huffman. There was a substitute bill distributed to members of the committee in advance of today's hearing. So the chair recognizes Senator Huffman for a motion.
Amendment or sub-bill 0611.5.
Very good. The amendment is in order. Would you care to explain this substitute bill?
Sure. Three provisions. Restores the ability of level 2 cultivators to apply to expand it to 15,000 square feet. At the request of Cannabis Control, clarifies the THC limits per package and continue do not apply to products intended for combustion. And adds language to include any felony conviction as a disqualifier offense for licensed purpose. This is what we did in 2016 for medical marijuana, and to be consistent, that's what I was doing.
Very good. Thank you for that explanation. And many of those changes were as a result of the testimony that we heard over the previous weeks. So thank you, Senator Huffman, for that. Is there any discussion? The question is, shall the substitute bill be adopted? And without objection, the substitute bill is adopted. Okay, the chair recognizes Ranking Member Blackshear with an amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to amend with Amendment AM 0173.
Okay, the amendment 0173 is in order. You care to explain the amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment adds a localized county voter approved access tax of 3% to fund local art programs. This amendment is entirely optional and may only be implemented after a countywide vote to approve this tax.
Very good. Thank you for that explanation. The chair recognizes Senator Huffman.
There was a decision made in this bill to not include any tax consequences for the voters, and for that reason I would make the motion to lay it upon the table.
Very good. Thank you. The motion for Amendment 0173 to lay it on the table. Would the clerk please call the roll? Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard.
Yes.
Senator Huffman.
Yes.
Senator Knight. Yes. Senator Timken.
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear.
No.
Senator Moore.
No.
By a vote of 5 to 2, Amendment 0173 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Ranking Member Blackshear.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to amend with Amendment 0179.
Amendment 0179 is in order. Would you care to describe your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment returns Senate Bill 56 to current law on cultivator license physical cultivation space. Level 1 is raised back up to 100,000 square feet. Level 2 is raised back up to 15,000 square feet. Level 3 is restored at a level and set at 5,000 square feet.
Good. Thank you for the description. The chair recognizes Senator Huffman.
Thank you, Chairman. This amendment would cause confusion with the level 3s and if it's necessary or not, so I would make a motion to lay it upon the table.
All right, there's a motion to lay Amendment 0179 upon the table. Would the clerk please call the roll? Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard.
Yes.
Senator Huffman.
Yes.
Senator Knight. Yes. Senator Timken.
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear.
No.
Senator Moore.
No.
All right, by a vote of 5 to 2, Amendment 0179 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Blackshear.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to amend with Amendment 0184.
Okay. The Amendment 0184 is in order. Would you care to describe your amendment?
Yes, this amendment restores the Cannabis Social Equity and Jobs Program, the Cannabis Addiction Services Program, / Addiction Services toll-free number.
Excellent. Thank you for that description. Chair recognizes Senator Huffman.
Back in 2016 with medical marijuana, we had a similar thing with social equity, and it was found to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. For that reason, I would make the motion to lay it upon the table.
Very good. We have a motion to lay Amendment 0184 on the table. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Rozier.
Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard.
Yes.
Yes.
Senator Ryan? Yes. Senator Timken?
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear?
No.
Senator Moore?
No.
All right, very good, thank you. By a vote of 5 to 2, Amendment 0184 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Blackshear for the board. Senator Blackshear with an amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to amend with Amendment 0187.
Okay. Amendment 0187 is in order. Can you please describe your amendment?
Yes. Okay, so this amendment creates a 2-year program administered by the Attorney General to reimburse from the marijuana expungement fund costs. One for legal aid societies and assisting individuals seeking expungement for marijuana possession offenses decriminalized by the bill, and 2 for individuals to cover their expungement application fees. Transfers $7.5 million in marijuana access tax revenue in fiscal years 2026 and 2027 to the marijuana expungement fund to reimburse individuals and legal aid societies for their expungement expenses. The revenue comes from the allocation to the substance abuse and addiction fund.
Thank you. Thank you for the amendment. Thank you also for all your concise and clear descriptions. The chair recognizes Senator Hoffman.
Thank you. This has tax implications and tax, and the decision was made to make this no change in the tax, so I would make the motion to lay this upon the table.
Okay. There is a motion to lay Amendment 0187 on the table. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Ogener?
Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard?
Yes.
Senator Huffman?
Yes.
Senator Ryan? Yes. Senator Timken?
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear?
No.
Senator Moore?
No.
Okay. By a vote of 5 to 2, Amendment 0187 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Moore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to amend with Amendment 0178.
You have that one, yeah? Amendment 0178 is in order. Please describe the amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment would revert Senate Bill 56 back to the issue 2 language on outdoor smoking and specifically ties smoking marijuana to the current public smoking ban language in OHSB 5794 that deals with cigarette smoke.
Very good. Thank you for the description. The chair recognizes Senator Huffman.
Thank you, Chair. The ballot initiative was supported and brought by regulating marijuana like alcohol. In the amendment, you could walk down the street and smoke marijuana. You cannot walk down the street and drink a beer. So for that reason, I would make the motion to lay it upon the table.
All right, very good. Thank you. We have a motion to lay Amendment 0178 on the table. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Ogener?
Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard?
Yes.
Senator Huffman?
Yes.
Senator Ryan?
Yes.
Senator Timken?
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear?
No.
Senator Moore?
No.
All right, by a vote of 5 to 2, Amendment 0178 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Demora.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to amend with Amendment 0180.
0180 is in order. Would you please describe your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment raises the home grow in Senate Bill 56 from 6 plants per household to 9, 6 for the first adult in the home, 3 for the second adult. It's an effort to compromise between the current law, which allows 12 plants per household if more than one person lives in the household, and the Senate Bill 56 proposal, which only allows for 6. So it would be a compromise of having the second person be able to grow an additional 3 plants, not the 12, not the 6, but in the middle at 9.
Thank you for the amendment and for the explanation. The chair recognizes Senator Huffman.
To me, this bill is all about being reasonable and appropriate. House Bill 86 initially started with 2 plants, and we compromised up to 6. And I believe that continuing at 6 is reasonable and appropriate. I would make the motion to lay the amendment upon the table.
Okay, there's a motion to lay Amendment 0180 on the table. The clerk, please call the roll.
Chair Ogener?
Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard?
Yes.
Senator Huffman?
Yes.
Senator Ryan?
Yes.
Senator Timken?
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear?
No.
Senator Moore?
No.
Okay, amendment 0180 has been laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Demora.
Madam Chair, I move to amend with Amendment 0181.
Amendment 0181 is in order. Would you please describe the amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment removes the 350 dispensary license cap and reverts to current law that gives the administration and the Cannabis Control Commission the flexibility to choose how many dispensary licenses are needed according to certain factors. Right now, if this bill passes as is, I've been told that there are 342 dispensaries already have licenses. So basically, if we pass this bill, no one else can get a new dispensary license because they're already going to be filled. And this would remove that 350 dispensary license because there are several places in Ohio that would love dispensaries, but they're not going to be able to get some because we're putting an arbitrary cap on them.
All right, very good. Thank you for the amendment and for the description. Chair recognizes Senator Huff.
350 seems to be reasonable and appropriate, especially since probably over 100 of them have not even, the dispensaries have not even gone into business. So for that reason, I would make the motion to lay this upon the table.
All right, there's a motion to lay amendment 0181 upon the table. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Rover.
Yes.
Vice Chair Navron.
Yes.
Senator Hoffman.
Yes.
Senator Ryan.
Yes.
Senator Timken.
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear. No. Senator Moore.
No.
By a vote of 5 to 2, amendment 0181 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Demora for amendment.
Madam Chair, I move to amend with Amendment 0182.
Very good. Can you please, wait a minute. It is in order. Can you please describe the amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment restores the THC content level to issue 2 standard, not lower than 90% THC for extracts and not lower than 35% THC for adult use marijuana. THC levels, the more that we don't have a percentage of THC, the more fillers go into these, and fillers are unregulated, unsafe, and untested. So this basically keeps a high THC level so that we know what we're actually getting in the product.
Thank you for the amendment and for the description. Chair recognizes Senator Huff.
Thank you, Chair. I've always found that this language to be awkward to say no less than 90%. So if they want to produce it 50% or 70%, and that's what the consumer wants, you wouldn't be able to do that. So for that reason, I would make the motion to lay upon the table.
All right, there's a motion to lay amendment 0182 upon the table. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Rover.
Yes.
Vice Chair Navron.
Yes.
Senator Hoffman.
Yes.
Senator Ryan.
Yes.
Senator Timken.
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear. No. Senator Moore.
No.
By a vote of 5 to 2, amendment 0182 is laid upon the table. The chair recognizes Senator Demora with an amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to take a personal privilege and thank you for being very patient and kind with us to offer all these amendments and giving us the opportunity to do so, and for having everybody be able to testify last week and giving everybody the opportunity to do so. So I just want to thank you personally for doing that. I move to amend with my last amendment, 0183.
Thank you for your kind words, Senator Demora. And amendment 0183 is in order. Would you please describe your amendment?
This amendment is fairly simple. It eliminates the provisions of Senate Bill 56 that would have limited cannabis product sales to 10 milligrams per serving and 100 milligrams per package, as most medical marijuana users need more than 100 milligrams per package, as their prescription calls for that, and it would make them acceptable to buy more often instead of having all of it in a package that's limited to 100 milligrams.
Very good. Thank you for the amendment and for the description. The chair recognizes Senator Huff.
If I remember right, I'll look at policy staff, that the medical does not have these limits, and this is only for adult use. And this is common throughout other jurisdictions, so for that reason, I would make the motion to lay upon the table.
There is a motion to lay amendment 0183 upon the table. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Rover.
Yes.
Vice Chair Navron.
Yes.
Senator Hoffman.
Yes.
Senator Ryan.
Yes.
Senator Timken.
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear. No. Senator Moore.
No.
Right, by a vote of 5 to 2, amendment 0183 is laid upon the table. This bill is now started for a possible vote. Is there any further discussions? Well, then I would like to take a moment to just thank all the committee members on both sides for their thoughtful consideration, for all the people that came forward to testify. Again, on both sides, we appreciate your input on this important piece of legislation. The chair recognizes Senator Huffman with a motion.
I make a motion to favorably report the Senate bill, substitute Senate bill 56 to rules of reference.
All right, there is a motion to refer Senate Bill 56 to the Committee on Rules and Reference. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Wilker.
Yes.
Vice Chair Gabbard.
Yes.
Senator Huff.
Yes.
Senator Ryan.
Yes.
Senator Zinke.
Yes.
Ranking Member Blackshear.
No.
Senator Demore.
No.
All right, by a vote of 5 to 2, amended substitute Senate Bill 56 will be referred to the Committee on Rules and Reference. And again, I would like to thank all the committee members for their work on this bill and remind you to sign the vote. This will conclude the third hearing, and is there any additional business to be brought before the committee? All right, seeing none, thank you all again, and we are adjourned.